All we gotta do is win. So if they sleep on you, tuck them in. Meet me at the top. If you bought, I'll drop my pen. So many stars in the making, thank you, sing. Eyes on the prize, I say passionate. I got the sauce like Diana, vision like medicine. They say patience is a virtue, so I went around the world and back again. Now NSL be on the map, no more imagining, it's happening.
Welcome to Thursday night in the NSL. Montreal Roses hosting AFC Toronto in their third clash this season, but for the first time at Stade Boréale. This is NSL Soccer, presented by BMO, the official bank of the Northern Super League. Welcome, I'm Daniela Ponticelli, alongside Canadian Sports Hall of Famer Craig Forrest. And this one is exciting because these teams battle hard and close. It has been very close, their previous two matches, one win, one draw, going Montreal's way. But for the Roses, they're coming in on a 3-match winning streak with 8 goals scored in that stretch.
And only 1 conceded. So they're in a really good run of form right now. They need to keep that going, obviously, but there's so many different ways that Montreal can hurt you. And last week we saw it was the set pieces that was very beneficial for them as well. Calgary had a hard time clearing their lines, but the second phase of these set pieces were excellent. They were dynamite. They're all over the ball, looking for feeding off the different opportunities. Like I said, open play, get you through the middle, get down to the flanks, or set pieces. That's got to be better defending-wise from Toronto's point of view, because they were not good enough last week. It's crosses and set pieces. So this is one of the ways they're going to have to improve Toronto against a very strong Montreal side who can score for fun.
And it feels like they're just shoring up even more talent when it comes to their attack. Montreal welcoming Mimi Alidou. She was acquired from the Portland Thorns of the NWSL, a Canadian international, 22 caps, 6 goals, a top scorer in previous leagues, Craig. And so you know both teams are well aware of her scoring touch. She will get that start in her NSL debut as we look at the starting 11 for the Roses. Fairly consistent when you consider how many have played in all 13 games. And Valerie Seto. You've also got your goalkeeper Anna Karpenko as a consistent presence, along with Lucy Capodono, who of course scored her first NSL goal last week, and we caught up with her earlier today. Lucy, your team is welcoming Mimi Alidou into the starting 11 today. What has the vibe been like in the locker room since she joined the Roses?
Yeah, I mean, she's a great personality. She obviously has a lot of experience professionally. Of course, getting to know her more and more, but her being in training, she brings a lot of experience. She brings a lot of joy. So I'm looking forward to learn a lot from her and grow with her as we do for the rest of the season.
Well, Montreal has a win and a draw against Toronto this season, but at home it's been a bit of a struggle against this particular rival. So how are you looking to help change that today?
Yeah, I think we just need to keep doing what we're doing, continue to defend our box well, work well together, continue to grow throughout the season. We're about at the halfway point, and I think throughout the year we've had some ups, some downs, and we're starting to climb that ladder again. So continuing to go on this high that we're in and give them everything that we got.
Thank you so much, Lucy. Good luck today. So while Montreal wants to continue doing what it's doing, Toronto does not want a repeat of last week. They came out flat, and they conceded 3 goals within the first 15 minutes against Vancouver.
Yeah, it was uncharacteristic for sure from a side that normally are pretty solid defensively. Now we know they have some new signings in the defensive structure as well. A lot more on that in a second, which should make a big difference. But they really were falling asleep or didn't even get out of bed, couldn't get out of the dressing room. The coach couldn't even put a finger on it as necessarily. So one thing is for sure, that they will be much better, but closing down set pieces, closing down crosses has to be better from Toronto, or they will feed off them, because like I said, Montreal have many ways that they will hurt you. But from Toronto's point of view, this has got to be much better, and I'm expecting big things from Toronto tonight.
Well, and big changes as well. One of them being Shalina Zadorsky, making her NSL debut tonight. She's from London, Ontario, 12 years of pro experience across the world, played for the Washington Spirit, Orlando Pride, and one of Canada's most reliable defenders. So you bet she's going to want to make sure there aren't 3 goals conceded in those first 15 minutes. Uncharacteristic, as you said, Craig. Another new face, check it out, goalkeeper Sabrina D'Angelo. from Canada as well, and more than a decade of pro experience across North America and Europe. They're looking for her to be big tonight. But now looking at the familiar faces, Sarah Rollins, a consistent presence on the back line this season, and we spoke with her earlier. Sarah, your coach has said such great things about you. He believes you're one of the most important players on the team, but it was, of course, a very tough start, 15 minutes in against Vancouver. So what has been the focus this week?
I mean, we still have the same focuses as always. It was not to our standard how we came out last game, and we're just going to make sure that we don't do that again. Absolutely.
And there, of course, are 3 new faces joining you on the roster tonight. What's it been like getting to know and train with Zadorsky, Solano, and D'Angelo?
Yeah, I mean, they're all great people, good characters, all have fun, have laughs, but they're really serious and competitive, and they're going to teach us a lot. So, yeah, it's been really great.
Thank you so much, Sarah. Good luck. Competitive indeed. You see Shalina, Sabrina, and Lena. Lena Solano, by the way, is also dressed tonight. She's just starting on the bench. Meanwhile, for Montreal, Mimi, of course, in tonight's lineup. But Eve Pereset facing a setback, injured in training July 11th, expected to be out an estimated 8 to 12 weeks. But she is staying in Montreal, training with the team and rehabbing there. As we look at the standings, Montreal firmly in second place, 7 wins on the season, well ahead of third place Vancouver. But AFC Toronto could jump ahead of their rivals from last weekend with a 3-point win tonight. They're still looking for their first victory over Montreal this season. Toronto has been perfect at Stade Boréale, undefeated in their 3 contests here last season. What can they do this time around? Stay with us. Kickoff is next.
Watching dough rise always fills me with inspiration.
Don't ever look at my savings account. The dough doesn't rise.
BMO has 2 simple ingredients to make your savings rise. Great interest rates and no monthly fees.
Yeah, that would do it all right.
Plus, get a cash bonus for opening a checking and savings account.
So BMO helps your savings grow bigger faster.
Like a triple dose of yeast.
You're hired.
What? No, I wasn't looking for it.
Yes, chef. Yes, chef.
Yes, chef.
BMO.
First game. First whistle. First goal. First jersey. First autograph. First favorite player. First away game. First big win. First time thinking, that's gonna be me. Firsts help us move forward together. Toyota, founding partner of the first professional women's soccer league in Canada.
For the big, for the small, the short, and the tall. Peacemakers, risk takers, for the optimists, pessimists, exhibitionists, for long distance love, for introverts and extroverts, for the thinkers and the doers, for old friends. Coca-Cola, for refreshing moments, shared together.
Welcome to Stade Boréale. Montreal Roses hosting AFC Toronto for the first time this season. They were able to get a win and a draw when they faced Toronto at York Lions Stadium earlier this season. A look at Toronto head coach Marko Milanovic, all smiles, loose, knowing that what happened against Vancouver, those 3 goals conceded quickly, it is not what his team is about. He's well aware of that, looking to reset here today. Robert Rusatoyu, of course, the steadfast leader of this rising Montreal Roses team. Again, second in the league, have held steady there, and he's very pleased with what he's been seeing, Craig, and why not? You have 3 straight wins, but also scored 5 goals in one goal in another, and then you haven't conceded any in the last 2.
Yeah, it's been really solid from their standpoint. And from Toronto, this is going to be a real test because they do defend really well. They got a solid back line that has been basically ever present for the most of the season. And also, they can create chances and score goals at plenty. So at both ends of the field, this is going to be a test for a Toronto side that was stung early on by a poor opening 15 minutes against Vancouver. 3-0 down, and that's what it finished.
Leader Nikki Small, captain for AFC Toronto this season. Has yet to open her account on this campaign, but 12 straight starts for her. As we are underway, AFC Toronto in their secondary kit, light blue and white, going left to right on your screen, while the home side Montreal Roses wearing their rose kit. And a win tonight for Montreal would be the first time the Roses have been able to take down AFC Toronto at home, which feels wild to say, but then you consider there were only 3 contests at Stade Boréale, one of them, of course, being the first playoff meeting between these teams. Montreal was unable to score. Offensively making big strides this season as Minas got a touch. Now Sarah Stratigakis getting to work. You can imagine Toronto wanting a quick start here. They opened scoring in their last meeting with the Roses. Montreal was able to tie it, though, in stoppage time. Lisa Paczurski doing the work there, Craig, but Lucy Capadona as well, just growing into her role as a defender. I mean, getting that set-piece goal also just builds that confidence.
Yeah, it's right, and it's not what she's known for, of course, but what she can do is defend really well. She's got a good pass, range of passing as well, and brings other people into play. Very organized defensively and very difficult to break down.
And as Toronto's finding its way near the penalty area, they're held out. Anna Karpenko locked in. Tale of 2 very different seasons when it comes to goalkeeping. Karpenko, it's her 13th start. She's 7 wins, 3 draws, and 2 losses. Our first look at Sabrina D'Angelo for Toronto. Her goal kick goes out. There's D'Angelo once again from Welland, Ontario. Talked about what it means to be able to play at home. She's making her debut on the road, but when they are home again, she'll be there in front of friends, family, her fiance, people who haven't really had a chance to see her play. And now a good look for the Roses, thwarted quick. Shalina Sidorsky getting in on the action right away. Reliable defender, Craig.
Oh, yeah, she reads the game so well. Comes right across here just to sweep things up, and didn't see an awful lot of that. That last week been much better even in the first few minutes from Toronto's point of view. But that addition in the back line is going to be immense. Both the goalkeepers well experienced. And you look at somebody like Sarah Rollins, who is playing in their 21 years of age and growing and getting better and better with every single game. Those experienced players should help her along with her development immensely.
So it started as a very deep throw-in, a little less deep this time. Rowe getting a touch, now small. Talk about Toronto's dominance in Montreal. All 3 of those matches last season, it was Sierra Cotillard as goalkeeper. So this is the first time a keeper other than Cotillard for AFC Toronto is playing in this venue, and she was able to get them all 3 wins, including 2 clean sheets. Of course, different team, and now Capadona coming in, send the ball the other way. Burns for Uddenberg. Lantain and Boychuk in a bit of a battle there. Boychuk getting called on it as she pulls down Lantain.
Yeah, right away the referee's going to see the arms on the shoulder and call that back right away. But Boychuk likes to get stuck in, likes to get close, get at people too. She's very effective and a very important player for Montreal.
And made history against Toronto, scoring the first ever Roses goal. What was the game winner in a 2-0 win. And Valérie Seto, one of the players who have started every match for the Roses. beautiful evening in Laval, mainly sunny, 24 degrees Celsius at kickoff. Slight wind out of the southwest, but overall much better conditions, especially for Toronto, having to play in some smoky air. Although it was certainly deemed safe, and both teams continued the game to completion. Up ahead, big opportunity here. D'Angelo able to take care of business. Now Charlotte Bilbo rather, gets a touch. And a whistle. Wasn't called at the contact, but Bilbo a little slow to get up, but back on her feet. Sabrina D'Angelo, goalkeeper for Toronto, with the sun in her eyes to start this match. Getting her team organized.
Yeah, some goalkeepers like to play with a cap on when there's sun's right in your eyes, and I'll explain a little bit why goalkeepers don't in a second.
Beautiful delivery, still active in the box. Some great matchups we're seeing. Individual matchups here in this game. Capadona.
Yeah, one of the reasons why goalkeepers, or some will not wear a cap, is basically because it can catch you by surprise. You got your head down, you're in the shade, and then when the ball goes up in the air, you lift your cap. Well, the sun can blind you, so you're almost better getting used to having the sun in your eyes, as opposed to a surprise when you lift your head up with a ball cap on.
That's a really great perspective. Either way, you'd have to practice, right? Like if you had the cap, you'd have to make sure you're very comfortable. And
it's not ideal either way. I mean, you don't like that situation that you're in, but it's definitely a factor in the first half anyway.
Later sunsets in Canada as it is. Beautiful summer. Peczurski. Dangerous player, big cross, good header, but it's just wide. As Bennett was able to get on the ball.
Yeah, these two like to team up. Certainly Peczurski with a really nice cross. Got some pace on it as well. Bennett just a little bit beyond the front post. Hard to get that one back. And with power, just trying to use the pace of the ball to get it into the bottom corner, was unable to.
Toronto's head coach Marko Milanovic, well aware of Lisa Peczurski, says they love to attack on her crosses. And what happened there is exactly what he knows. And Peczurski, of course, getting that big stoppage time goal to make it a draw, 1-1 draw in their last meeting with Toronto. See, a look there at Kaylee Hunter, who had plenty of chances in the match against Vancouver. Asatoyu taking a look at this offside.
Good defending there. Well aware where everybody is, and their last defender showing the player off, holding your line. Pretty simple offside.
Some strong defense from Rollins, but Bennett able to get past her. Just beautiful positioning. Minas finds Sauvé. Whitaker hoping to keep Burns off of it. And safe to say now in the 9th minute, this is a much stronger start for AFC Toronto. They have been better on the road. In fact, no wins have come at home for them. They have 2 draws at home, 3 losses. So their 4 wins on the season have all been as the visiting side.
I think first and foremost what they were going to do coming into this was make sure they're solid defensively and have a bit of a step to them as well. And they certainly showed that right out of the gates. The energy's been really good from Toronto, and that's what they lacked in the first 15 minutes, which cost them basically 3 points in the last match.
Strong build from AFC Toronto, but taken away with ease by Bilbo. Bilbao in her 13th start of the season. She was the first ever Roses FC signing, 36 years of age from France. Rollins quick to it. Bennett, though, ready to pounce. Strong ball to find Hunter. Out comes Karpenko, heads it away. Another header by Rowe. Controlled quick by Hunter and then taken away. Montreal able to close the gaps quick.
Yeah, Hunter just needed to protect the ball a little bit, get herself between the ball and the defender. It was easy to pick off.
Small. Hoping to feed Hunter. Instead, Rowe. Goals leader for Toronto, tied for third in NSL scoring with 5 goals on the season. Been a little quiet of recent, but she's one that can get hot very quick.
Yeah, definitely, and I think that consistency it will build as well. She's still young, 22 years of age. She can offer an awful lot in matches. Consistency is what they're looking for, and if that can build on that, she's going to be unstoppable.
And she scored the opening goal in their last meeting, but that came in the 68th minute. Here in the 12th minute, we have a corner for AFC Toronto, their first set piece delivered. Tough to see with that sun. It goes wide, and in control is Pachurski to feed it. As Mimi Alidou gets her first touches of the game, she was trying to take it down the near sideline.
Yeah, Zadorsky wasn't having any of that. Stayed on her feet, calm, cool. Just got around the wrong side of the offensive player and cleaned up the mess pretty quickly.
How amazing to see more incredible Canadian talent played on the international stage, now finally playing at home.
Yeah, she's been around obviously with Washington Spirit, Orlando Pride, Tottenham, and my old club West Ham.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, not too many Canadians have played for club and country for the same side. So I was proud when she got signed there, and it's nice to see her back in Canada now too.
Hunter for options. Cross it into the box. Uddenberg puts it up. Out at the end line. It's been scrappy but fairly disciplined to start here. Things got a little bit away from AFC Toronto last game, and overall Montreal has been very disciplined in their play.
Yeah, they have, and I would expect that because defensively we talked about how they've only conceded one of the last 3 games. They've been very controlled, very organized, and disciplined. So this could be a very tight game.
Nikki Small with a good tackle. In fact, she leads the league in total tackles, and it's not even close. Captain for AFC Toronto with 59 tackles coming into this match, so I believe she's crossed the 60 mark already. Looking for some crisp passes. Bilbao finds Alidou. Haley Whitaker scored last week. A good cross. Out it goes, though. Haley Whitaker, who started all last season.
Not a bad ball in the box. Just a little bit heavy, but decent, inviting. Just nobody got on the end of that one.
Sauvé coming in, repossessing. Right now, Montreal is leading the way in terms of possession in this 15th minute. 62% for the Roses so far. The only team with a shot. None on target. Off the header, so Sauvé. Throw in the attacking third. Bennett looking to turn and fire. Whitaker got a touch. Things get very close in. Hunter, a giveaway. Bilbo sends it back to Karpenko. Karpenko, who has 11 saves and only 1 goal conceded to Toronto this season, along with that clean sheet in their very first meeting all the way back in May. So a lot has changed. A lot has changed for both these teams even in the 1 week, Craig, as we saw with those new faces in the transfer window. That's all part of the Northern Super League season. Zadorsky with some communication to slow things down. We see Victoria Pickett, and a welcome back to Pickett as well. It's her 7th match of the season and 6th overall this campaign. The last time she played was actually 15 minutes against Montreal back on June 13th. Also of note, no Colby Barnett. She was suspended due to a red card. We knew she was going to miss last game. She's also out for this match as well, and that's a big missing piece. Zadorsky, though, trying to add some veteran leadership for AFC Toronto when it comes to defense. Down goes Pickett. Certainly draw the call. Bilbo saying sorry. But getting a word here from our officials. A great time to introduce our referee, Sheila Couture.
And Bilbo, she had a little look over her shoulder there to the referee, was because she was half expecting a yellow card or potentially, and they have a little smile up, but could have easily had one there.
She was able to manage that one well, just got a few words from the official. Hunter, though, the feed for Rowe, is looking to create the angle.
Much better from Toronto. A little bit more pace in their passing, good overlaps, movement of positions, create a little bit of space. But again, close contact defending, does a good job. And gives away only the corner.
Lantain from Whitby, Ontario. See Zadorsky, Uddenberg near the 6-yard line. Delivery, it's up. Uddenberg trying to keep the play alive. Rolls out at the end line. Uddenberg from Richmond Hill, Ontario, is same as Anna Karpenko. We get another look at this set piece. I was punched away by Karpenko. Tough to see with the sun.
Yeah, it was a decent punch. Well, not getting a lot of distance on it, but at least came for it, and your defenders are going to appreciate that. And then they just swept up the problem in the second phase.
Well, you mentioned that, Craig, the second phase of the set pieces. Oh, as Rollins pulls down Bennett. Bennett is so fast, gets the step ahead of Sarah Rollins, who gets booked for that. It's Rollins taking a look here. That's her first yellow card of the season.
That's interesting, because normally she does get herself in positions where she's not going to get beat that way, and then as soon as she goes around her, decides that I'm going to have a grab of the shirt, and it was a pretty simple decision for the official to give a yellow card there. Now she's got to be very, very careful now as well. In a defensive position at center back, challenges are going to come. Just got to make sure they're clean.
Yellow card to Sarah Rollins in the 20th minute. Still 0-0 in Laval. Roses making a push. Coming in with speed. It was a beautiful long pass, trying to find Whitaker, but just runs out of room.
Yeah, these are these crosses that we were talking about. Boychuk can really deliver them. It's not a bad one, just a little bit close to the touchline. Can't do much with it to control it. Chersky good at closing down. A lot of pressure from both sides in the opposition's zone. Vancouver's got to, or sorry, Toronto has to try to deal with that as well, because they're spilling it in the end, and Montreal are cleaning up these bits after they've had the possession for a short period of time. So good work from Montreal to get Toronto to spill it up, cough it up early.
You see the possession so far in this match in the 21st minute, near 60% for the home side. Toronto can be very opportunistic, of course. They did force Karpenko to make a save on their last set play. Roses, though, getting in many more passes, really quick, organized. 93 passes to 60. And Bennett again, getting ahead. D'Angelo, saving the day, sends it away. Whitaker stamps it down, challenged by Small.
Yeah, Small has to be careful as well. Trying to grab a hold too. You have to make sure you get your body shape in the right spot to cut off those lines, and a couple times Toronto's got themselves on the wrong side.
Small has 3 yellow cards on the season. Now, it's not always all accumulated in a quick span here, as we have a foul. A word with Nikki Small, who we were just talking about, from Pickering, Ontario, the captain of AFC Toronto.
Yeah, she's had a couple in about 60 seconds here where the referee is going to have a little word with her about being careful with her challenges and shirt pulls and all these different things that could get her put in the book, and they don't want to see another booking this early on.
Solid positioning from Minas. Ball taken away, Toronto. Here comes the visitors. Play is stalled. Positioning may have been a factor there.
Yeah, it's a tough ball to feather one right through the middle. There's better off having a little bit of patience and waiting for some support, especially in wide positions, to get something in those areas, to get good crosses into the box for their front players to feed off of.
If you're just joining us, you're watching NSL Soccer, presented by BMO, the official bank of the Northern Super League. Still 0-0, but Lauren Rowe with eyes to the Montreal net. She'll throw in. It was Boychuk and Seto on her.
Yeah, Rowe had the ball at her feet, running with it, but a bit of a heavy touch let her down there a few seconds ago. Need to look after the ball a little bit better.
When it comes to Montreal scoring on AFC Toronto at Stade Boréale, only one player has done that. Her name is Stephanie Hill. Stephanie Hill, who's greatly missed right now, dealing with injury.
Little push.
Down goes Hunter, yeah.
A little push on Hunter.
Little love tap from Alidou.
Good pressure from Toronto. We've seen this at both ends of the field where teams have put the defenders under pressure with success. Now they got a set piece and a decent position.
Another look there at Alidou, who's from Montreal, Quebec. She's an international hat trick and so many more accolades to her name, but thrilled to be here with Montreal right now, having to defend this kick. Lantaine to deliver. Off the left leg, into the box. It was a header from one of their own. Karpenko comes in clutch.
Karpenko does well here. It's a bit of a knockdown by the defender, but is under some pressure. Has to be brave and confident and quick. She's all of that.
And she's doing so well this season when you consider some of the struggles for teams not named Ottawa on this season. Ottawa going on an incredible run to start this 2026 campaign, but Karpenko right there. Those 7 wins, 3 draws, getting important points. In the Northern Super League, a victory is worth 3 points in the standings, a draw worth 1 to each team, and of course none if you're the defeated party. Which also means when you go on streaks like a 3-match win streak, suddenly everything ticks up quick.
Yeah, you start pulling away from other teams. It's changed for Toronto quite quickly.
See Marko Milanovic, and he's such a competitor, always trying to find out why things are happening, and recognize, of course, there are many individual mistakes that led to the goals conceded with Vancouver. Referee busy here to start this match.
Yeah, there's been a lot of niggly little fouls.
Referee Sheila Couture, first assistant Melissa Snedden, second assistant Natalie Barry, and the fourth official tonight, Carly Shaw McLaren. In comes Hunter, surrounded by roses. A beautiful summer evening, second match here in week 14 as we've got a collision. Not deemed a takedown as Alidou gets caught up in that.
Looked like a foul from our angle.
Hunter double teamed quick by Capadona and Whitaker. Played every match against AFC Toronto and Kaylee Hunter. Lantang goes down, looks like a push from Tanya Boychuk.
This is not great from Boychuk. She doesn't need to do that. Doesn't need to put her hands on anybody. Just not going anywhere, not getting any danger, giving away a free kick in this position. Now all of a sudden turns things up on its head where Toronto have a chance to put it in the dangerous area.
Been able to get these set pieces into the box and out just as quick. Minas knocks it down. Not fully cleared though. Helped out by Bennett. Check that, there's Bennett streaking towards the ball. No, that's Mimi Alidou. Just trying to make sure she knows where the ball is. Sets up her teammate. And D'Angelo with her first save here in the NSL.
Good aggressive play from Montreal. Toronto trying to hold them up, not waiting for some support, but in the end gets a shot off and decent save.
Just as quickly, AFC Toronto heads the other way. Alidou, though, getting herself involved. As we heard from both coaches, yes, the opposition and her own, that they believe she'll make an impact quick, and already getting in there. That could have been an assist had Boychuk managed to get the finish. Toronto playing into the sun here. Burns disrupted, and a big tackle there. That was Uddenberg on Elise Bennett.
I would suspect that if these fouls keep coming, we're going to see more yellow cards. We just saw another one there. And rightly so.
So a yellow card now on Uddenberg. So that's 2 yellows on, or a yellow on 2 AFC Toronto players. That one coming in the 30th minute. It's Nikki Small, who now has the ball. Again, looking for Hunter. It's been a tricky play. Both times on the same side and a very similar setup.
Yeah, and running with the ball and just laying people in, it's not an easy skill, and you can see there it was a heavy pass in a very good position for Toronto. Need to be better. They're going to get something on target.
Of course, Hunter and Okoronkwo last season tore it up as a duo, and Okoronkwo now with Nigeria, one of several players who are taking part in the Women's Africa Cup of Nations. Evelyn Badu, Linda as well. So 3 total players who could have been in this match or get that international call-up.
Yeah, and that's what you have to deal with. Most clubs have to deal with that, international call-ups. And being short players during the season is part and parcel of the game of football. And what an opportunity to play in the African Cup of Nations.
Of course, both clubs thrilled, right? It's bittersweet. You want them in your kit, but you also are just so excited to to have them experience that. As in comes the Roses, looking to make a push here. Zadorsky getting to work, defending well. Lauren Rowe, that could have been a t-shirt pull. There's the whistle. It was a pull earlier, actually, before.
There definitely was. Good pressure, Rowe under pressure. The shirt pull is generally going to get you a yellow card.
Oh, and it does in this
and
case.
It has.
Chloe Minas. We've seen a lot of pulling and tugging in this match. It's not common. We didn't see it much, even though there were plenty of fouls in Toronto's match with Vancouver last week. Busy and booking are the officials here. It's 3 total yellows, 2. First one on Small, then Uddenberg of AFC Toronto, now Montreal Roses.
Sarah Rollins as well.
Oh, pardon me. Rollins, yes, you're right. I said Small, it's Rollins. We don't need to add any more to that.
I think we're gonna get more.
D'Angelo, great kick, takes it to center. D'Angelo is seemingly fitting in like she's been here the whole time, but this is her NSL debut. Transfer window opened 2 days ago. And these will not be the only 2 teams, of course, affected where you'll see roster changes. It's up and on top of the netting.
A little deflection for another corner for Toronto.
Sarah Stratigakis getting in on that action. Third corner of the match, all have been for Toronto. Can they capitalize here? They're getting the opportunities. They've felt a little snake bitten as of late. Lantain delivers. Still alive. Stratigakis getting very physical on that battle there.
Yeah, again, though, you got to keep your hands down, not pulling players. The official's going to see that right away and 100% give it.
That was a big emphasis heading into the second season. Officials outlining early on that they're watching for holds. They're looking for those moments. Oh my, down goes a Rose player. Tanya Boychuk. So physical, pace changing because of this type of play. A lot of stop-start. Still no goals, 0-0 as we enter the 35th minute. The official had a discussion with Nikki Small earlier, did not book her. Talked about the league's leading tackler. And there are plenty of league leaders in this match when it comes to scoring, assists. Paczurski, second in the league with 4 assists. Ball won by Bilbo. Each team with 1 shot each in this match. According to the stats, none on target. Tough play there. Chloe Uddenberg in the mix.
Very little space to maneuver for both sides. Hence why we've seen very few opportunities at goal. And when they have had some openings, they just haven't really found that last pass or strong point in the final third to make a difference.
Karpenko. Great atmosphere as always inside Stade Boréale with very active fans, and they have seen dominance from AFC Toronto in this building. Montreal has had the edge this season. Craig, we talked about the uncharacteristic start for AFC Toronto last matches. Now here comes a spark. Bennett trying to communicate. Rollins getting in the way, taking away the opportunity. I was mentioning that fast start, and then the play was very different. That first half was fast and furious, and AFC Toronto was really able to shore up and be solid there. What are you seeing in terms of the pace of this game? It's still early, but for the visitors in particular.
Well, we thought we'd see a reaction from them, and I think we have. The energy is much better. If there's any criticism, they need to slow things down when they get possession. And then when they get in the final third, need to quicken things up with their passing. Needs to be a little bit sharper, faster, hit them in the wide positions and get some crosses in the box.
You're right about the accuracy. Montreal has 114 accurate passes in this game. Toronto with 61. There's a drive towards Karpenko. Ends up on the outside of the netting, of the woodwork rather. Toronto taking exception to what just happened.
Yeah, I think there's some confusion on whether it was a corner or a goal kick, but in the end, the referee got it right. Boychuk clearly gets in there and kicks it out for a corner.
So 4 corners in this match, and they've all been AFC Toronto. They've had the chances. Sun affecting Marko Milanovic as well. Burns this time. We saw April Lantain delivering. She'll go short. Nikki Small just trying to change it up on this set piece. How to get through. Karpenko.
Great goalkeeping. She's off her line so incredibly quickly there. Right off the boot, reading the play. That's comes with experience, of course, but she's seen it, been there, done it, and she's been a solid goalkeeper for Montreal.
Yeah, in her second season, and fully in her second season, because she had the consistency of being, you know, a consistent starter last season, but even more so here. She's not missed a match. She's been in it through and through, going through the ebbs and flows of a season. Montreal, a lot to be proud of. 7 wins in this campaign, 3 draws and just 2 defeats. Right now, this game is being played as a quintessential Toronto-Montreal matchup where it's tight defensively. Bilbo. Beautiful ball, was looking to set up Boychuk. Lantain. Lantain seems to be getting the edge in that 1v1.
Bilbo has done a good job. She's organizing in the center there. She always finds those little pockets of space. Always seems to be free and has tried a few short passes and testing Toronto with a couple long ones as well that they've dealt with brilliantly so far.
And Valerie Seto. Deep throw in, an opportunity here. Roses. They've had the bulk of the possession. Into the box, out, Minas. Looking to reach Peczerski. Battling with Pickett, Peczerski stays on it. Rollins knocks it down, now row for AFC Toronto. Sauvé right into Rollins. Little give and go. Uddenberg, one touch. Pickett trying to create some space. They get it there, but sent back. Peczerski and Uddenberg were both going for it. The Roses put it up from distance. D'Angelo in the sun, able to knock it down.
Normally I wouldn't be too concerned about something like that straight on, but with the sun right in your eyes.
You can see it's just getting lower and lower, creating those long shadows. But also no complaints because the weather is exceptional for soccer. It's just one of those things. And of course the visiting team will be the one on that side. Sun won't be fully away heading into the second half, but take another look at the last Montreal chance.
There's a long shot right into the eyes. D'Angelo dealt with it perfectly well.
Zadorsky. Offside. Roses with ample possession here, still 0-0 as we approach final minutes of this first half. For the Roses, they picked up their 2 goals in the 2-0 win over Calgary on the road, all in the first half last week. On set plays at that, they're looking to get going in open play. D'Angelo again settles it down. Always fantastic to see players make their NSL debuts. 2 so far for AFC Toronto. Lena Solano on the bench. She could also make her debut today. 3 big Canada Day signings as here come AFC Toronto. Sauvé says not today. Uddenberg through for Hunter. Can't save it at the end line.
Just not quite clicking, is it?
No.
For Toronto. They get in decent positions. Numbers piling forward, and just those delicate passes into their feet have been off.
You know, it's one thing when you hear a head coach like Milanovic mention, you know, we have the opportunities, the looks, it's not finding the back of the net. That just seems to be the way lately, he told us before the match, actually yesterday. But you see it in practice right now. Certainly plenty of time left in this match as we are at halftime. 0-0 the score in this fantastic rivalry. Third meeting between AFC Toronto and the Montreal Roses. We'll step aside briefly. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with the halftime show next. This is the Northern Super League. Stay with us.
Again, back-to-back opportunities. Look on the bright side. There's no mistake. I'm taking it high. Rocket into the back. Look in the bright light. I'm losing my sight. I'm keeping it burning. I'm hard on ice. I'm climbing the high rise. I'm sick of this hype.
One of my big overarching goals is to obviously win with Montreal, but by playing good soccer at the same time. So obviously we want to win, but I want to do it with some fun, and I want to do it with a good attitude. And I think at the Roses we have that. I think our values are so crisp and clear, and I'm gonna say I think it's a great season we have ahead of us. When the Roses first started up, they asked if I would want to play for the Roses, and I had this other opportunity in Sweden, so I took that opportunity. But it was always in the back of my mind because I was like, I'm from Montreal, I've never seen a professional league happen, so I figured like my 10-year-old self would be screaming at me that I should be taking that. So I'm so grateful I came home, and now when I play, I look around and I see my friends and my family in the stands, and it's been so different making eye contact with my mom for the first time in so long. So yeah, it's been truly a blessing.
I think Chloe's work rate is crazy. Like, she's somebody who's gonna work all the time in a positive way. I don't really see her whine about anything on the field. She's always positive. So I think she's this force that's maybe less vocal, but in the way she acts and in the way she stands as a professional, I think it's just what shows. And I was recently talking with Robert, and I said, I think Chloe's like, she's gonna be our next leader. Like, she's somebody who showcases a lot of qualities that you see in a leader. So I think I'm just happy for her because I know what it means for her to play at home. And I think that this year's gonna be great, for her.
It's so different having my family be close to me because for so long I was playing in the States, and for so long I was away from home. So now it's truly a blessing to be able to play for them. And every day I wake up, I'm like, wow, I am so lucky to be playing for the Roses.
Huh. We've already got tons of WestJet points.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Should we?
I'm booking it.
Your next travel story is waiting. Make it happen with the all-new WestJet Rewards.
Montreal, I'm back home, and I didn't come alone.
Are you ready? We are. Let's go, Roses.
Nil through the first 45 at Stade Boréale. This is the NSL Halftime Show brought to you by BMO. The official bank of the Northern Super League. I'm Daniela Ponticelli alongside Canadian Sports Hall of Famer Craig Forrest, and we'll get right into it. It was an interesting first half. Chippy, there were 3 total yellow cards, but more than that, some new faces finding their way, making their NSL debut. And as we just saw actually prior to kicking off the halftime show, Mimi Alidou being one of them. And you can just tell Toronto knew we got to lock in on Alidou.
Yeah, there's a lot of players they have to lock in on, and that's for sure. And we we talked about a lot about last time they were playing and being 3-0 down so early. So first and foremost, they need to be tight. They need to be closing down crosses and get to their best players, and they are attacking players. So this is a great example of Zadorsky doing a really good job defensively. A couple times we saw Sarah Rollins get on the wrong side of her, ended up getting booked, but look at the time and space she has. She just does not have any. So they have had very little space to operate, and when they finally did, Wojciech gets a shot on target, but it was easily saved.
I did really appreciate those, seeing the direction from Alidou. You just know she's going to make an impact. Will it be this match? Either way, she's certainly drawing a lot of attention her way. As for AFC Toronto now, no goals as we know through the first half, but boy, did they have chances. 5 corners, plenty more kicks. They had the set pieces, nothing to show for it yet.
Yeah, nothing to show for it from their set pieces. They've had a lot of those into the box, several of them, and it's going to have to credit Montreal for dealing with it very, very well. Need to be a little bit stronger, I guess, for Toronto's point of view to try to get on the end of it. But good goalkeeping, good defending, good strong positioning from Montreal has been able to really deal with everything without Toronto getting an opening from all these set pieces and crosses into the box.
Well, and good news for AFC Toronto fans, they haven't allowed Montreal to get going on their set pieces either. In fact, when it comes to corners, Toronto, the only team, 5 corners in that first half possession, though. Still very much Montreal. They're also far more accurate on their passes so far. 2 shots on target, 3 total shots, just 1 shot from the visitors. Fouls, though, racking up for AFC Toronto. Lots to think about, and still plenty more ahead, including a special video from Nikki Small's dad to the AFC Toronto star. Don't go anywhere.
News: AFC announces the signing of goalkeeper Sabrina D'Angelo.
Looking to the back post, the header's there. It's a big, big save from Sabrina D'Angelo.
Over top, and a nice job by D'Angelo. Great save by D'Angelo. And the save from Sabrina D'Angelo.
Obviously, I'm at the back end of my career, and to have the opportunity to come home and finish out my career in Canada, it means the world to be in front of my family, close to my family and friends. Yeah, it's not something, like you said, I had ever dreamed of. I've been fortunate that they've been able to fly and come catch some games, but to have them at every home game is going to just feel so special, and to see them in the stands, see my fiance in the stands, my extended family, I'm just so excited, and I think it's a way to give back to them. Oh my gosh, here we go. Because obviously I've been away for so long, and they've been so selfless in letting me live my dreams. So now to have them be at every game and it be so close, it's for me, but it's also for them as well. So yeah, being a part of a new league, and a new league in Canada, and to create that legacy and to help build something really, or continue to build something really special here, and to leave my imprint in the best way possible. It's another way of giving back to soccer in Canada, and I'm honored to be a part of that.
Really the start of something beautiful for Sabrina D'Angelo, getting her first NSL start with AFC Toronto, 0-0 at the half. And when you look at the season, you've got teams sitting at 12 matches played, 13 matches played, but You go back to the beginning and you think of all the little details that need to be sorted out. How about captaincy for AFC Toronto? Well, they look no further than Nikki Small, and earlier this season, she received a very special video from her dad.
Here you go. Goes on. Okay.
Oh, wow.
I just want to take the moment to tell you how proud I am of you, Nikayla. Watching your journey, your growth, and your dedication, and the way you carry yourself on and off the field has been something special. Nothing you have achieved has come easy, and that's what makes it more meaningful. You've always been someone who put the work in, even when nobody's watching. The way you show up, the way you compete, and the way you support your people around you speaks volumes about who you are. That kind of mindset separates you. You don't just play the game, you understand it. You don't just show up for yourself, you show up for your team. And that's something people respect, whether they say it or not. I've seen much of your growth as a player, but as a human being, as a person, that's been powerful for a father to watch. You've earned everything that's coming your way. So with that being said, I'm proud to say congratulations, Nikayla. You are the new captain of AFC Toronto. Congratulations, young lady.
Oh, that's so cute. Thank you, Father. I really appreciate it. That was also really sweet and such kind words. Yeah, wow. Honestly, I'm so honored. I don't know what to say. I just love this team, and I love everything about this team. I'm so excited to be the new captain. My dad has always been my biggest supporter. When I tell you, he's literally watched every single one of my games, came to every single one of my games, critiques every single one of my games. He's the reason why I'm here today. So thank you so much for all those words, because truly he knows how hard I've worked to get to this point. I think one main pillar that he's always reinforced in me is how hard I work. I think no matter how talented you are, no matter who you are, honestly, if you don't work hard, there's no reason why you need to be where you need to be. At a young age, he's always said, as long as you work hard, you're gonna make it far. And I think that has stuck with me all up until now, and I think it's really paid off.
Well, that is incredibly sweet, and what a beautiful moment from earlier this season as Nikayla Small, her dad, able to give her the news of the captaincy. I mean, what do you take away from that? It's emotional, it's moving, but you can also see how much she's learned from him, clearly.
Well, it takes a village to develop players, and one of the things as a former player you look back on, and it's the teammates, it's the travel, the different countries, and you look at Toronto, they have 7 different nationalities playing in their squad, so you're playing with people from around the world as well as getting the opportunity to travel and sometimes play around the world as well. Many of these players get those opportunities, but to have that chance, you see what it means to them to come back to Canada and play within Canada in the Northern Super League is as special as it gets, right across the board to all the family members that can actually go to these matches. It's pretty special.
And you just know that if he's not in Montreal tonight, he's watching. I love the part where she said he critiques. You need that. You need that fierce person who will give you feedback to help you grow. Mm-hmm. And as though you need any more reasons on why you should be watching women's sports. You know, Craig and I are watching women's sports all the time, but if you needed any more reasons, here's what the players have to say.
Everyone watches women's sports because why wouldn't you?
Because it brings us together. It's competitive and exciting and new and fresh.
The women who play are so competitive, so tough, fierce, and just leave their emotions all out on the field.
Everybody watches women in sport because we're the best.
Everyone watches women's sports because greatness has no gender.
Because we're a bunch of badass athletes and we love to compete and we're just fun to be around.
Because it's fun and exciting.
Tout le monde regarde le sport féminin parce que les femmes ont eu besoin de briser beaucoup de barrières pour arriver où elles sont aujourd'hui. Donc ça vaut la peine qu'on les regarde et qu'on les encourage.
Everyone watches women's sports because they have good taste. And they should.
Because this is just the beginning.
And at the end of the day, I am proud to kick like a girl, play like a girl, and score like a girl.
Well, a gorgeous moon in Laval, and we're far from done inside Stade Boréale. The fans are ready. Second half just ahead. Don't go anywhere. You're watching NSL Soccer.
Welcome on board our new Triangle Rewards and WestJet Rewards partnership.
Prior to earning, ensure your accounts are securely linked. In the event you shop or fly with us, earn Canadian Tire money and WestJet points on all eligible purchases. Breathe normally and secure your own rewards before assisting others. Take a moment to locate where you can spend once and earn twice. Link today and watch your rewards take off.
For the big, small, short, tall. For old friends. Coca-Cola. For refreshing moments. Shared together.
Watching dough rise always fills me with inspiration.
Don't ever look at my savings account. The dough doesn't rise.
BMO has 2 simple ingredients to make your savings rise. Great interest rates and no monthly fees.
Yeah, that would do it all right.
Plus, get a cash bonus for opening a checking and savings account.
So BMO helps your savings grow bigger faster.
Like a triple dose of yeast.
You're hired.
What? No, I wasn't looking for it.
Yes, chef. Yes, chef.
Yes, chef.
BMO.
Welcome back to Stade Boréale as we get set for the second half. Montreal Roses, third clash with AFC Toronto, but the first time hosting their Ontario rival. And they're looking to get their first ever home victory against this team. They were unable to make it happen last season in the 3 contests at Stade Boréale. How will these teams adjust? It was back and forth, fairly chippy first half. There were 3 total yellow cards given out, 2 to AFC Toronto and 1 to Montreal. Chloe Minas.
It's been fiercely competitive without a lot of space being created. That's probably the best way to put it. We saw in the first half.
You know what I noticed, Craig? As soon as you mentioned how tight it was, I realized the cameras are so zoomed in because you could see more players in the shot that way. Everything is so tight and close. These are 2 great defending teams, and especially Montreal. That has been their trademark, their identity since match 1.
Yeah, and they defend from the front, so they do really well pressing, and then if you break that down, then your midfield and your strong defenders then get stuck in as well. So you have to put something pretty special together to break down Montreal and create a chance, which we haven't really seen too much of from Toronto yet.
Yeah, AFC Toronto in 4th in the standings coming into this match, and they're really 4th when you look at all the different club stats. Everything settles into that 4th spot, so they're definitely where they're playing at. Not too many matches that were sort of lost, but they were the better team. It was just tough sledding on the weekend, again, in the past, but they've got a busy stretch ahead. Bennett. Smart play from Rollins to slow down Elise Bennett. Bennett, the leading scorer for Montreal, 7 goals.
Montreal's first corner of the game.
Yeah, and it's early here in the second half. What can they get doing? Again, it was set pieces, 2 of them last week against Calgary. They were able to execute. Bilbo to deliver. A packed box inside, an immediate whistle. D'Angelo helping up Boychuk. She took a little bit of contact there. And so the set piece wasn't what they had hoped. Hunter ahead for Rowe, and she's got An open lane to the net. Lauren Rowe. Toronto goal. They strike first in Laval.
Well, that was brilliant. It's probably the very first time Toronto actually had a little bit of time and space on the ball in midfield right at the halfway here. Hunter gets it, just has to then pick out the pass with a brilliantly timed run by Rowe. One-on-one with the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper almost looks favored there, and she just slots her by her. That's a really tidy finish. Not a lot of pressure, but still a lot to do to beat a strong goalkeeper, Karpenko.
6th goal of the season for Lauren Rowe from Newfoundland and Labrador. All smiles as they were able to strike quick to start the second half. They wanted to get going.
From a neutral's point of view, this is exactly what the game needed. This should hopefully will open things up, and we'll see more opportunities at goal from both ends.
Now, don't expect the same play from the first half now with a team out in front. It was all Montreal ball. It felt lots of possession. They were near 60% in that first 45. The assist, by the way, from Kaylee Hunter, her 2nd of the season. And in these matchups, it's really only been 1 goal that you need when you look at the 1-1 draw in their last meeting. It was Rowe actually back then that also got the first goal for Toronto to open scoring. Hello, Marco. Felt like he was looking right at us. But then in the first meeting, it was a 1-0 win for Montreal. So
and
very much on trend.
Montreal has scored in every game this year. So
okay.
You know, so let's look at that.
Spice it up.
Yeah, exactly. Let's spice this up a bit.
Well, and you just know AFC Toronto has been burned a little when it comes to late goals conceded. So they'll have to stay on it for this full 90 minutes.
Very calm, cool. Knew she didn't have any pressure behind her. It's just about beating the goalkeeper, who actually came to spread herself pretty well, but just couldn't get a touch on it.
Montreal looking to get back on the attack right now, defending Seto. And maybe Lauren heard what I said earlier. I said she's been a little quiet lately. She found a great way to respond. A player that doesn't take too many games without finding her way on the score sheet. And she went on a very big streak for a while. In fact, if you look at her last 5 matches, she has 3 goals. So now 4 in her last 6, if you include tonight.
It's much better from Toronto in possession, needing to have that confidence on the ball to hold it up and wait for some support. We'll see space opening up here as the match continues on, I think, with tired legs. But just the same.
Oh, another yellow card. So there's been a total of 4 now in this match. There were 3 in the first half alone. And that will be on Nikki Small. My goodness. I had misnamed her in the first half as getting booked, and that was Sarah Rollins, actually. And here she is picking up another. Officials are on it tonight. We saw a lot of tugging, pulling. That's off Uttenberg. Lauren Rowe's goal was also Toronto's first shot on target of the match. 2nd overall, as now Montreal looking to equalize. Their 2nd corner. Official having some words with Whitaker, just making sure she knows the placement. They were unable to really establish anything in their last corner. At the back post is Whitaker, wedged between Lantaine and Hunter. It's up. And on top.
You don't want to be wasting those opportunities when you get them.
Well, and now there's no sun in the eyes of Sabrina D'Angelo, who managed very well in the first half in the other net, and the sun, of course, setting in Laval. Still a beautiful night, 23 degrees Celsius. Lantain goes down, no call. Montreal thought it was getting some room. Toronto in the lead if you're just joining us. Third match of the season between Montreal and Toronto, week 14 of the Northern Super League. In the second match this week, there's one more Saturday. Coast-to-coast battle, Vancouver and Halifax as challenge, and it will be chance here for the Roses.
That was Rollins, so she's on the yellow. She's got to be careful. Sending off could change the momentum dynamics of this game very quickly.
Absolutely. They felt that as well when Barnett was given the red card 2 matches back. A player who, by the way, hadn't missed a single match in either season until having to serve that suspension. Quick one-touch passes. Lantain, some fancy footwork, but out to touch. Seto wasted no time trying to get the throw in. No substitutions at the half either. All starters still on the field. We're now 10 minutes into the second half. Quick strike by Lauren Rowe to make this a 1-0 game. Strategakis chasing down Seto.
Okay, wait, I have one more.
Zadorsky. Toronto was able to score when they had the space in transition. Plenty of opportunities from the corner in the first half. Unsuccessful Boychuk. For Pachurski. Lateral feed. Bilbao, patient. Ahead for Bennett. Fans rallying this team as Bennett was looking to cross. Oh, love this drum line here. Feeling the beat. Let's go. I'm the only one grooving. Great, come on.
Well,
help me out.
Well, I'm hoping that Montreal could actually get a little bit of stuff.
Well, that's what they're hoping to do, right?
Exactly.
Bring up that energy. But here, corner. Bilbao once more delivering. D'Angelo gets a head on it. Oh my, it's up and it's too high yet again. What an effort by Whitaker.
A lot of pressure on D'Angelo here, coming through a ruck of players.
Woo.
And is a little disappointed with herself not getting a clean catch on that. A bit dangerous, but they got away with it.
Able to keep Montreal off the board. But you just feel that if they keep giving those set pieces keep getting those, they could make something happen. So Mimi Alidou is done in her NSL debut as Noémie Paquin subs in for the Roses, first substitute of the match, coming in the 59th minute rather. Paquin, a returning player for the Montreal Roses. She played 45 minutes in the second half against Toronto in a 1-0 victory for Montreal. She did not have any minutes in their last meeting. Can she be the difference tonight?
It's all been about Toronto just being able to close down space, close down the dangerous players, and not let them really get any rhythm going whatsoever. So that's a big credit to Toronto.
They're playing their game, and they're playing it well. Still plenty of time. Bilbao looking to build. Going to slip through rather for Bennett. No quit from Seto. The halfway line, Bilbao. A battle for it. Pachurski. Montreal putting on a passing clinic in this game. So effective, so connected. Bennett unable to find a lane. AFC Toronto heavy on the far side of the pitch. A header. D'Angelo has it covered. And Craig, as a keeper yourself, I mean, what can you make of her debut? But first, we'll take a look at this.
Yeah, well, I mean, everything she's done so far has been spot on, and I think most of her game has been about organizing her back line and building into that as well to get to have some practice with this team and the players around her. So it's all new, and so far the team, the group, have done a very good job as a unit keeping any pressure off her for the most part.
It'll never cease to amaze me and impress me when new players join teams and it just feels like they've been there the whole time. And same goes for Mimi Alidou, who was subbed off here in the second half, but a great start to her NSL career. So Montreal, a team with 8 goals scored in their last 3 matches. Of course, there were some in bulk, 5. A big 5-1 win to kick off that streak. Pickett sends it to D'Angelo. Great read by Capadona. But Hunter set up once more. Was in behind coverage. Sauvé backtracks fast. Hunter looking for Strategakis.
Having a go with the assistant, thought it was offside. It was close.
A tough one, but Toronto caught offside a few times in this match. It is onside.
Yeah, there's a great angle of it. Absolutely. Kept onside.
And so, April Lantain, who didn't take the last 2 corners for AFC Toronto, she's back at it. And they double the lead. Into the box. Kept out. Hunter.
Oh, that was close.
Ooh, very close.
Looked as though it came off the post. The goalkeeper's under a lot of pressure. Yeah, it appears it comes off the post.
A post helping out Karpenko, Burns, and Small. So this is the last few corners taken on this side were delivered by those two short on the ground. We'll see how they play this one. Burns off the right foot, up and pulled down by Karpenko. No doubt in that one.
That's one of the occasions where they didn't really crowd her out. It was able to come and collect really well.
So you know that film this week, AFC Toronto is going to have a lot to look at and how they can be better there as we see Croy Soto check in. Having words with Zadorsky right away, and Chloe Uddenberg subbing out. Olivia Chisholm, the young Toronto player, taking the pitch. Victoria Pickett as well subbing out. Again, she has missed several games and makes her return here today. So a couple changes for AFC Toronto. They had all their starters on when they scored that 1-0 goal. Hunter to Rowe. Lantain. Heads up play from Zadorsky. Zadorsky, who's been very involved. Her NSL debut, and she has been spending time with the team. She was announced as a signing on Canada Day. Transfer window opened, and that allowed the green light for these players to get out on the field. Pachurski building up. Ball finds Bennett. Now Boychuk, the cross. Oh, Bilbo with the strike. It was a good look, but even better defense. Seto, Capadona under pressure.
Little space opening up. Bilbo with an opportunity with a good look at goal.
Pachurski so quick with it. Lantain. A 1-goal game, and that has been the thread for so many of these matches in this particular head-to-head. Pachurski back with the ball. Finds Bennett. Minas. Ball taken away by Hunter on the run. If you're just tuning in, you're watching NSL Soccer presented by BMO, the official bank of the Northern Super League. Toronto knows how big wins are. Of course, every team, a win is worth 3 points in the standings, but more than that, Craig, AFC Toronto is going to have a home-and-home with Calgary in quick succession next week, and they're playing both of those matches within week 15. So you got to make the most of everything when you can get it. And for Montreal, being at home, They want to get this crowd on the feet. Whitaker battling, but Small coming through. AFC Toronto.
Good officiating. Just playing advantage there until there wasn't one. You can pull back. Nicky Small doing good work on the ball there.
It's been fun to watch Small and Whitaker go at it in this match. Some great physical play and strong presence for both their squads. Corey Soto subbing in the second half to this Toronto back line. Oh, that was a tough collision there. Hunter wanting an explanation or explaining herself perhaps. Oh, Zadorsky takes down Pachurski. A little hip check there, and yet another yellow card.
Yeah, Ling Tang, she leaves it a little bit short, then puts Zadorsky in a really difficult position. They're isolated and try to close it down, but just the ball gets knocked by her and ends up picking up a yellow card.
So
off some sloppy play from Toronto.
So yellow card in her NSL debut, 70th minute. So that is I'm trying to keep up pace here. It's the 4th yellow card on a Toronto player in this match. Rollins, Uddenberg, Small, and Zadorsky. A kick from Bilbo. Looking to the far post. Cleared, Minas. A heavy pass, and AFC Toronto repossesses just as quickly. Pachurski gets a touch. In the attacking third, out of reach for Boychuk. Quick feet for Strategakis. Off, Seto finds Bilbo. Crowd rallying this team. It is not over until it is over. This was the score in their last meeting. Pachurski was the difference in stoppage time. Quick whistle there. We have some more substitutions coming up. So April Lantain subs out, and in comes Nyota Katembo, and Sarah Strategakis is out as well, while Kyla Novak takes the field, and Novak has been looking really sharp as of late, had some decent play offensively, even in that 3-0 loss last week, but the week before that, really showing her strength and her growth this season. It's the 4th match Novak has played against Montreal. She's never started against the Roses. So she's familiar with coming in the second half. Minas.
Whoa.
Oh, Rowe. Chloe Minas, another yellow card. She was booked earlier in this match.
Oh, it's a red. It's the second yellow.
Yes, it's the second yellow. So we were concerned about this happening to an AFC Toronto player.
Yeah.
It's a big loss for the Roses.
It is, which gets caught in possession in a bad spot, and there's just no question about the foul and the manner of it, picking up the second yellow, and now Montreal are short. And Toronto with a really good spot here to capitalize and make life very difficult for Montreal if this goes in the back of the net.
Lauren Rowe was looking like she was heading with a head of steam down for what would have been her second goal of the match. Had the play not been stalled by that. Second booking for Minas. Hunter getting ready for AFC Toronto, a big opportunity. Karpenko trying to organize this shorthanded Montreal wall.
There's a couple players.
Hunter strikes! Just like that, 2-0, Kaylee Hunter. Makes Montreal pay.
What a free kick. What a set piece that is. 5 in a wall, protecting the goalkeeper's right-hand side. Makes it look easy.
Wow, incredible work from Kaylee Hunter. Her 4th goal of the campaign and her 20th career goal. She loves to score at Stade Boréale, by the way. She did the same thing in their playoff game in what was a 2-0 victory, also scoring the 2nd goal in that. The last time they were in this at this venue, Craig.
Well, you talk about moments, and Toronto have had 2 brilliant moments. A little bit of space in the first one, and then a free kick after a red card, so it's an absolute disaster for Montreal this stage. Down a player, and now 2-0 down.
Just making good work of capitalizing on the moment after we were talking about how tough it has been for Toronto when it comes to their set pieces in this very match. They said, guess what? We don't need it. All right. Yeah. And then actually we do. We want that. And Kaylee Hunter wanted it. She had the assist on Rowe's goal to get things going in the second half. The foul on Rowe is what leads to that second yellow card for Chloe Minas, if you're just joining us. Montreal down a player as we see a substitution in. As we see Charlotte Bilbao subbing out, and in comes Lori Thibault. And Haley Whitaker, who has been so strong in this match, Mari-Lou Harvey will come in for her. Mari-Lou Harvey, a young player that is just gaining more and more confidence and more trust as well.
Some fresh legs to try to spark things for Montreal here. They certainly need it.
Yeah, and for Harvey, so young, 17, could be the energy. But how about this? Hunter looking for a brace, denied. Karpenko locked in.
Well, good play. Just decides to hit it a little bit early and with the right foot. Might have caught the goalkeeper by surprise, but good save. Good strong hands, good ability to hold on to it, not spill it.
And is this not the AFC Toronto playbook, where they get 1 goal, they start to just keep going, and they were down 3, they stayed down by 3 last week in the 3-0 loss to Vancouver, but Marko Milanovic saying he really believed that he could come back because he knew if you just get the 1, and this game is kind of proving that.
Yeah, well, we did. I remember doing the game. We were talked about that too. That even with a half an hour left, you thought that if they could nick 1, they could put themselves right back into it, because we know they're capable of doing that, scoring in every game so far this season. This is a credit to Toronto how well they played. And what a contrast from their last game.
And so Montreal, you said it, Craig, they've had the trend that they've always been able to score at least 1 in every match this season. Well, now they're going to have to get 2 to come away with at least a draw, if not a victory. There's plenty of time, but right now it is Hunter doing what she does best, although puts it up too high on that one. But Kaylee Hunter, get her going. She's got the assist, then the goal.
Yeah, she's sure lively. Montreal a little bit slow reacting before that ball was played into her, and they got away with it a little bit. She had a decent look at goal.
So 2-0, this game was without a goal at half. Harvey unable to corral it along the far touchline. Harvey, 17 years of age, from Sherbrooke, Quebec. And there's plenty of great youth for Montreal. When they look at what they've added, 3 youth players still in the mix. Those were announced at the same time as their 2 signings in Alidou and Pereset. Boychuk. Looking to build, slowed down. You see those 3 Toronto defenders or players coming in quick.
Yeah, the defensive midfielders have done a solid job too.
Oh, Pachurski. Thought she could dance on it, although hope she's all right.
Looked awkward.
Yeah, it was awkward on the ball there.
It looks like she stood on the ball and then maybe just, there it is there, a twist of the ankle. Ooh.
I really hope it's something she can shake off. Pachurski, of course, is so key to this Montreal team. Thibault, fresh legs subbed in here in the second half. Okay, Pachurski is back on it, so she was able to just shake it off, but that was, never like to see that. We have seen injuries and player safety is always top of mind, but heard it from Lucy Capadona, her teammate, earlier, actually prior to this match. They're nearing the midway point of this season, so you want to just keep fresh, keep strong, and right now find a way to get past Sabrina D'Angelo. A corner for the Roses. Paquin with the delivery. Zadorsky was all over it, but Pachurski keeping it at the edge of the box. Thibault. Now Paquin with the cross. Everyone looking for a header. Katembo able to get on it. Rollins, strong positioning, a whistle. Boychuk involved in that play.
And Rollins has put in quite a shift. She could probably do with a little bit of a break.
I was going to say, hasn't she ever? It has been just go, go, go.
Yeah, remembering that she's on a yellow too, that I think her discipline has been excellent since that yellow card.
Well, and if you're just joining us, Montreal is down a player, Chloe Minas, with 2 yellows in this game. Well, wear your colors loud and proud. Get your hands on the limited edition NSL Pride tee at shop.nsl.com. And there's so much more Northern Super League to come. This is just week 14, second season. Watching 2 teams right now holding playoff spots. Of course, anything can change. The Roses ranked 2nd in the league. Toronto in 4th. If they're able to come away with a victory today, they'll jump into 3rd. But Vancouver can just get right back into it. They're going to be jockeying for a little bit in the standings. I'm definitely a standings watcher no matter what week of the season, but it's fun to see in the stretch. Hunter unable to settle down the ball, but once again in great position. Pachurski. Montreal has had chances. They're still rather leading in possession, 61% to 39. Toronto, though, with 1 more shot on target, and they have been more efficient. 5 total shots, 3 on target. 2 goals. Oh, the Roses. Zadorsky goes down. She had a good stop. How about Rollins in great position, and it's skied. Montreal unable to catch a break here. Noémie Paquin.
Zadorsky gives the ball away there a little bit, then a little moment opens up. Paquin hits it once, good block. Second one, left foot over the bar.
And now some changes for the Roses, of course, adding to the fatigue of this team. But Lisa Pachursky subbing out along with Megan Sauvé. In comes Claire Magnard, Olivia Mbala. Sauvé, a player who has always played full 90s except for one match in which she didn't play 2 minutes, Craig. So a bit of an earlier substitution for the captain. But important, looking to change dynamic, looking to find a way here past D'Angelo in her NSL debut.
Not easy when you're down a player, trying to crawl yourself back into a match that you're 2-0 down, but they've had a couple decent looks.
Yeah,
If
this
they
will be
could
tough.
nick one here, and it would make a bit of a grandstand finish for this match.
Hunter scored the second for AFC Toronto on a free kick. Just an engine for this team. You could tell last weekend they were frustrated. So we have a sub coming in, and Lauren Rowe got things going earlier. Take another look at that. Mia Fontana subbing in.
Yeah, and here's the goal again. It's clean in on goal. Cool, calm, has a look up. Goalkeeper spreads herself pretty well, but finds the bottom corner, made it 1-0. And it's been all Toronto, really, from then.
Number 6, officially the only player third in NSL goals. She was tied with a couple others at 5 goals, so she slides into that in good company with the likes of Elise Bennett, Montreal, and DB Prudhomme of Ottawa.
Toronto have kept Bennett very quiet in this match.
As we were told in our match discussions with the head coaches, Bennett's build-up is so threatening, so dangerous. Well, they thought they could get the quick throw in. The ball is AFC Toronto's. Zadorsky in her NSL debut starting. Would not be surprised, of course, if she played full minutes here. Harvey Magnard, freshly subbed in. The great ball to Harvey. And tough to get the power on the strike that she'd want.
Rollins has had a very solid game, reading the play, getting herself in really good positions to stop any attacks. She's definitely tired. She's almost out on her feet, but still managed to do a very good job defensively.
In the 88th minute, Montreal's streak of scoring in every match this season. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. But one thing about AFC Toronto, they just seem to play very well inside Stade Boréale. They've only conceded 1 goal to Montreal in Montreal's home venue. And that player's not on the pitch right now. Stephanie Hill dealing with an upper body injury. Hill and Julia Lease, the update on their injuries. It's unknown. Teams saying that they're managing really difficult injuries that in regards to timelines. Tembo gets in front. So what they're hoping, head coach Robert Rosatoyu is telling Craig and I that what they're hoping for is that Sapporo Stadium match, August 29th against Halifax, that those two can be part of it. A battle from Paquin. Kept out of the danger zone. We had hardly any stoppage time in the first half, and truly here in the second, I don't expect much either. Hunter, the cross. It has been, in that sense, a very well-paced, free-flowing match. So there will be a minimum of 2 minutes of stoppage time, but here comes AFC Toronto. Hunter again. She's been in on every goal. Quick work by Chisholm. Toronto staring down what would be its 5th victory of the season, and all of them have come on the road. I want to spark some of that at home. They're back at it Tuesday, hosting Calgary, and they head to McMahon Stadium Saturday in week 15. For Montreal, a 3-match win streak. It's been a fun ride, one they had hoped to continue here. Corey Soto. While Toronto wants the victory, it will be a really emphatic win if they're able to keep this clean sheet. Craig, we sort of touched on it earlier, but they have allowed some late match goals, something they really want to clean up. So only a minimum of 2 minutes remaining. It's certainly not over yet. Thibault with a nice feed. Immediately swarmed, though, by the Roses. Thibault puts it up! A big save from D'Angelo! Oh my! In her NSL debut.
Brilliant save. Brilliantly done. And you just mentioned it isn't over just yet, even though we're inside 2 minutes, and that would have changed everything.
It is not over. Their last meeting, it was Lisa Paczurski. 6 minutes of stoppage time. Oh, Bennett's going to want that back. But yeah, it was 6 minutes. 6th minute of the stoppage time, she was able to score. Here's another look. Munyard.
Just gets a little look. Look as though it was going into the bottom corner. Great lateral movement. Great
Pass.
shifting.
And
good
those are
body shape, everything.
2 players subbed in. You saw Munyard looking for that assist, and then Thibault hoping for the finish. A late match push here from the home side. A team that will firmly stay in second place in the standings. And will look to regroup. Oh my, Hunter was looking for the brace.
And what a chance.
And that's the match Hunter was hoping for another, but she has been in on every goal. It started with Lauren Rowe, who will take home the game winner in this. And how about AFC Toronto, undefeated at Stade Boréale. This is their first win over Montreal this season, but if you go back to their last campaign, they have only conceded 1 goal on this field. And how about this NSL debut for Sabrina D'Angelo? You gotta be so happy for this incredible athlete coming out and having herself a great night.
Great night. This is the first team that's been able to keep a clean sheet against Montreal, and she's done it on her debut. Zadorsky comes in as well. They tighten things up defensively. That was what they needed to do first and foremost coming into this match. A reaction is what the coach wants from that last poor display, and that's exactly what they got. Really
we saw it.
Really
It was a
good result.
Yeah, a big night for D'Angelo, and of course a big night for Kaylee Hunter. She was seemingly snake-bitten last match, couldn't find one to go her way. Well, she got things going in the second half. It was 0-0, and then Lauren Rowe, how about that, completing the heart.
Yeah, it was really, really good. Now, this is really one of these rare moments we've seen in the match where there was any space. Goalkeeper plays it out, gets a good look to find Rowe into space. Good run, good timing, onside. Hunter finds her, and the rest is just down to her to beat the goalkeeper one-on-one, and she does it magnificently and makes it 1-0. And that was the start of things to happen. And then Hunter with this, that's as good as you're gonna get. That's as good as you get right there. Goalkeeper has no chance, over the wall, and they just had a player sent off as well, and it's now 2-0, and that's the way it ends.
Well, and it was also a big debut for Shalina Zadorsky, who definitely made an impact in this debut. She was her reliable, calm, composed self. Hard to believe she hasn't been with this club the whole season.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, this is what they needed. I mean, obviously they look at just tighten things up, but she read the play really well, cleaned up at the back of a few occasions. She did end up getting booked, but that really wasn't down to her so much as a bit of a poor sloppy play that left her a bit isolated. But overall, she was just absolutely everywhere and involved. And, you know, I think that addition at the back with Rollins is going to be a really tough team to break down, as we saw today, and I think they're going to build on that, and certainly is something to build on and be positive about.
And one thing to take note of is, yes, there were a lot of yellow cards for AFC Toronto, including for Zadorsky in her debut, but it really hurt the Roses. They had one player take 2 yellows. That was Chloe Minas, leading to the red card, leading to her leaving the game, leaving the match. But you can see there, Montreal had the possession. They just couldn't find a way today. They are firmly still in second place. You see that, 24 points, but AFC Toronto able to jump back into third ahead of Vancouver, a team they lost to last week. 18 points with those 5 wins. That's just the 3rd loss on the season for Montreal. One more match here in week 14, and it's Vancouver taking on Halifax. I love these coastal battles, but this one happening out west. Swangard Stadium, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 Pacific this Saturday. A great Saturday matinee. We'll sure be watching. So much excitement in the NSL. A tough break for Montreal. Their 3-match winning streak coming to a close. AFC Toronto, though, rebounding after being down 3-0 last week, coming through in clutch at Stade Boréale. Goals from Lauren Rowe, Kaylee Hunter, an assist as well for number 11. On behalf of Craig Forrest, I'm Daniela Ponticelli and our fantastic Dome production team. We wish you a great night. Thanks for watching NSL Soccer.